server fans, the distant drone of the highway, the ticking of the wall clocks. But in here, all of that has simply vanished. It's just us now. Before we go any further into the stillness, if you're enjoying this little escape, please remember to subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment. It really helps me release these stories more often for you. Look around, well, as much as you can in this low light. Every inch of this room, the walls, the ceiling, even beneath the mesh floor we're standing on, is lined with these deep fiberglass wedges. They're designed to swallow sound whole, preventing even the tiniest reflection of a noise. It's a perfect acoustic void. I know it's late. The cleaning crew left hours ago, and the rest of the team headed home after the final calibration. But I saw the way you were rubbing your eyes at your desk. You've been pushing yourself so hard on this project for months. We both have. Honestly, I think I've spent more time with you in this lab over the last few years than I have in my own apartment. You look like you're carrying the weight of the entire department on your shoulders tonight. I wanted to bring you in here because this is the only place on Earth where the world can't find you. It's our sanctuary. Listen to my voice. Do you notice how dry it sounds? There's no echo, no resonance. The sound doesn't travel across the room. It just falls flat the moment it leaves my lips. To make sure you can even hear me properly, I have to stay right here, leaning in close, my breath hitting your skin, because the wedges are trying to pull my words away from you. If I move even a foot away, it feels like I'm disappearing into the dark. Stay still for me. Just breathe. Let the silence start to wash away the noise of the day. You're safe here. I've been waiting all day just to get you alone in the quiet. Do you remember the weeks we spent just trying to calibrate the air filtration system? How even the tiniest vibration from the basement pipes felt like a roar through the sensors. I became so obsessed with lowering that noise floor, digging deeper and deeper into the negatives until there was nothing left but the vacuum of our own thoughts. I think the rest of the team thought I was losing my mind, demanding one more layer of insulation, one more adjustment to the door seals. But I couldn't stop. I needed it to be perfect. When I was a little girl, I used to hide in the back of my mother's cedar closet, buried under the heavy winter coats. I'd press my hands over my ears just to see if I could find a place where the world stopped making noise. I've always been chasing this perfect, empty space. I think I was always looking for a way to turn down the volume of the world so I could finally hear what was real. And now, here we are. We finally built it. Wait, don't move. Just listen. Can you hear it? At first, the silence feels hollow. This chamber is just a high-tech tool for testing our new microphones. They see decibels, frequency response curves, and industrial applications. They think I spent all those late nights here for the sake of the company's patent portfolio. But while I was running those final calibrations, sitting here in the dark just like this, I wasn't thinking about hardware or signal-to-noise ratios. I was looking for a very specific, very human frequency, something much more singular than a piece of equipment could ever produce, something I've been trying to isolate for a long, long time, something that belongs only to you. My research became, well, a bit more private than the office knows. I didn't build this for them. I built it so I could finally hear the one thing that matters. For years, I've been trying to find it. In the middle of those long meetings, through the clatter of keyboards and the constant low-frequency hum of the office HVAC system, I'd look at you and wonder. I try to isolate the one sound that actually meant something to me, but the world is just so loud, isn't it? It drowns out the things that are most delicate, the things that are most honest. Out there, your heartbeat was just another vibration, lost in the static of the city and the laboratory. But here, in this absolute pressurized stillness, it is the only thing that matters. I've spent so much time analyzing complex waveforms and measuring acoustic pressure for the firm, but no piece of equipment I've ever designed could capture what I'm hearing right now. I can hear it, you know. If I stay very still, I can hear the steady, rhythmic pulse of your heart echoing ever so slightly in this vacuum. It's my favorite composition. It's the only sound in the world that makes my own pulse stabilize, that makes the constant ringing of stress in my own head finally go quiet. I'm going to move just a little bit closer to you now. I hope you don't mind. I want to feel the warmth of your breath against my skin as we sit here. There, just like that. I don't need a microphone or a sensitive sensor to know you're here with me. I just need to be this close to you, in the dark, where the rest of the world has been completely deleted. I have a confession to make, something I haven't been able to say while we were under the fluorescent lights of the workspace. This chamber, the board thinks it was a milestone for my career, a feather in my cap that would win us the next round of government contracts. noise of expectations and deadlines and constant grinding stress couldn't penetrate these steel-reinforced walls. I wanted a sanctuary where I could finally tell you how much you mean to me without having to compete with the rest of the universe for your attention. You are the signal. Do you understand? In a life full of chaotic, meaningless noise, you are the only frequency that makes sense to me. You are the only thing I ever really wanted to hear. And now that we're here in this perfect void, I can finally listen to you properly. I can feel your presence filling up the empty space, and for the first time in a long time, I feel like I can finally breathe too. You're safe here. We're both safe. No one can hear us. No one can find us. And nothing from the outside can touch this moment. It's just your heart and mine finally in sync. I can feel it. Your heart is slowing down now. It's finding its natural, steady rhythm again, away from the frantic pace of the office and the constant hum of the city. Just breathe with me, in and out, slowly. Let your breath match the gentle pace of my words. There's no rush here. Time doesn't really exist in this room. It's just us, suspended in this perfect, quiet moment where every heavy thought can finally just evaporate. I notice your shoulders loosening as I trace these tiny, invisible circles on the back of your hand. You're letting go. It's okay to let go. Think about those 3 feet of fiberglass wedges all around us, floor to ceiling, swallowing every stray vibration before it can even reach you. Think about the dual-layered steel doors, sealed tight and pressurized. They aren't just technical specifications anymore. They are a shield. They are a heavy, protective cocoon that I built specifically to keep you safe. Within these walls, you are untouchable. The stress, the deadlines, the noise of everyone else's expectations, they can't get through. They're miles away, lost in a world that doesn't matter right now. You're wrapped in layers of insulation that make you feel almost weightless, as if you're floating in a warm, dark sea of absolute tranquility. I'm going to stay right here. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be the one watching over you while you drift off. I want you to imagine yourself just sinking deeper into the softness of this silence. You are so deeply valued, you know. I hope you can feel that in the way I'm looking at you, even if it's too dark to see. You are my priority. This entire room, this entire moment is just for you. Let your eyes get heavy. Let the silence pull you under like a thick velvet blanket. There is no sound left to hear but the softest echo of my voice and the steady, calming beat of a heart that is finally at peace. Sleep now. just sleep into the perfect silence. You're so safe. I'll be here when you wake up, and I'll be the one to guide you back into the world when you're ready. But for now, just rest. Sleep. Deep, quiet sleep. You know, as peaceful as this silence is, I can think of a few ways we could fill it once you've had your rest. Something a bit more adventurous. If you're curious about what happens when the lights go even lower and the silence gets a little more playful, I have a much more private recording waiting for you over on Patreon. You can find the link in the description. I'd love to show you just how much I can do with a little bit of privacy. If you enjoyed our little escape from the world today, please do give this video a like. It really helps me more than you know. And don't forget to subscribe